everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest event in Tay Ninh province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, the delegation led by Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People Council Nguyễn Đại Thi had just worked with the Steering Committee for Disease Prevention and Controls of Tân Chau District.
And up to date, in Tân Chau District, more than 5,800 cases of COVID-19 have been recorded. Up to 690 cases are isolated and treated at home. The mortality rate is only 0.29%, and the number of cases in the area tends to decrease. But there are still potential risks of outbreak, especially among workers at companies and enterprises. The coverage rate of the first dose of COVID-19 vaccines is about 96%, and the second dose reached to 90%, and the third dose is 16.7%. Regarding the implementation of policies to support those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, the district received nearly 42,000 applications, approved for more than 29,000 applications, and has supported for 28,700 people with a total amount of more than 43 billion Vietnam dong. At the meeting, leaders of Tân Chau District proposed additional funding for disease prevention and control, provides professional guidance in dealing with the policies for citizens carrying out the medical isolation as prescribed for more than 21 days, and those entering the country without identification documents, promulgate support for the members to fight against the pandemic at district and commune levels, supplementing F0 treatment drugs and medical equipment to support the treatment facilities. Conducting the meeting, Vice Chairwoman of Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Đại Thi highly appreciated the local sense of responsibility in pandemic prevention and control, and she has also recommended that the district review and manage the list of the people who have not been vaccinated to mobilize and ensure that all the people are vaccinated. The district authorities also need to manage, provide medicine and SPO0 measurement device, minimize the rate of observed illness and death for the F0 treated at home, continue to make support payments to the people affected by COVID-19 pandemic, and properly pay benefits to medical staff and COVID-19 community teams.
On December 30, 2021, Tay Ninh Business Association, in collaboration with NCD, Vietnam Institute of Initiative, have a seminar titled "The Role of Private Enterprise in the Development Orientation of Tay Ninh Province to 2030, Vision to 2050."
In the opening speech, Mr. Võ Hùng Việt, Chairman of Tay Ninh Business Association, emphasized the significance of the talk, inspiring the business community to continue accompanying the local authorities to develop Tay Ninh Province in particular and the Vietnam country in general. The NCT representative introduced to delegates the international, national opportunities and challenges, visions and development of orientation of Tay Ninh Province, the current state of business ecosystem. And Mr. Trịnh Ngọc Phương, Director of the Tay Ninh Department of Land Investment, overviewed the importance of Tay Ninh provincial planning for the period of 2021 to 2030 with a vision to 2050. The master plan of the socio-economic development of the construction planning, provincial construction, tourism development master plan. And these plans not only play an important role in the development orientation, but also the tools of the state management legal framework for investment in the various fields, and also a basis for all levels and sectors to plan to build programs and projects for the socio-economic development, unleashing potentials and strength, but also an important motivation to attract investors. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, the strength of shifting global value chain is taking place strongly, and Ms. Vương Phan Liên Trang, Deputy General Director of NCT Company, said, and currently Tay Ninh is one of the provinces in the real world. Currently, the provincial planning is making a good progress. Tay Ninh will certainly be located in a position with many advantages in all aspects to catch up and integrate into that transition. And this will be an opportunity for Tay Ninh Province and the businesses in Tay Ninh Province also. And ladies and gentlemen, the heavy impact of the COVID-19 pandemic makes 2021 an unprecedentedly difficult year for all sectors of the economy in general, as well as import-export activities in particular. However, our country's import-export turnover is forecast to set a new record this year, surpassing $660 billion, putting Vietnam as one of the group of 20 leading economies in terms of international trade. According to the General Department of Vietnam Customs, export-import turnover hit $668.5 billion in 2021, up to $123 billion compared to the previous year and posting the highest growth ever. Tax collection from export-imports enjoys about 19.2% growth to about 370 trillion Vietnam dong, equivalent to about $16.21 billion. The increase was driven by the surge in tax collection of some commodities like petrol, crude oil, and iron ore. And experts also suggest that the business communities should innovate production activities, create goods of high quality, high added value, high content of science and technology, as well as shifting to export through official channels to ensure sustainable export growth. And even in the most difficult period of the COVID-19 pandemic, authorities and businesses have exerted efforts to maintain the chains of Vietnamese goods in the aim to not only contribute to the growth of the economy, but also stabilize the supply and demand of goods and services. And this is also considered a solution towards ensuring the supply of goods for the upcoming Lunar New Year Tet Holidays. At the moment, in order to prepare goods for the year-end period, localities are also actively working together to ensure the supply of goods, reviewing supply and demand during the Tet shopping season. The Department of Industry and Trade reported that the consumer market for Tet in 2022 is not as active as in 2021, but at a relatively increased rate in the context of the current pandemic prevention and control task. And to prepare for the supply of Tet goods, the industry and trade industry has worked with businesses to stabilize prices. Big enterprises are increasing production to ensure the sufficient supply of goods for the Tet holidays, the Lunar New Year, at more than 10 billion Vietnam dong. The market stabilization program has attracted 20 businesses to participate with a capital of over 1,300 billion Vietnam dong. In general, the quantity of goods has not increased and is keeping a stable level this year. The consumer market for Tet in 2022 is not as active as in 2021, but at a relatively increased rate in the context of the current pandemic work.
The audience. The Farmers Union of Tay Ninh Province have a conference to summarize the 2021 farmers' movement in the morning of December 30.
In 2021, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, Tay Ninh farmers still maintain farming and adapt to the new situation. The farmer unions continue to maintain and replicate many effective agricultural production models. Up to now, the province has built about 280 professional associations with more than 40,600 members. The movement Solidarity Material Assistance in Production has about 386 member households escaping poverty, cooperated with the Department of Labor, Foreign Affairs and Social Affairs to organize about 37 vocational training classes for more than 1,000 participants and introduced about 700 students to stable jobs. The Provincial Farmer Unions also dispersed a capital of about 5 billion Vietnam dong early to help many farming households develop their family economy. The unions at all levels also organized activities to support the consumption of hundreds of tons of agricultural products for the farmers during the outbreak of the disease and the COVID-19 pandemic, and participated in activities to help the members and the farmers in difficulty due to the pandemic impact. On this occasion, the Provincial People's Committee presented one emulation flag to Human Chau District Farmer Union, presenting certificates of merit to 25 individuals farmer members with achievements in the farmers' movement in 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year, after months of wide risk blockades due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, it is difficult for smuggled and banned goods to enter Vietnam. By the time of 2022 Lunar New Year, smuggling activities are becoming more complicated, especially smuggled firecrackers.
Chau District has about 47.5 km long border attraction to Cambodia with many trails and openings that are convenient for those involved in trafficking and transporting contraband. Right from the beginning of the year, Chau District Police have done a good job for grasping the area, coordinating with about 389 forces to check against smuggling, counterfeit goods, and firecrackers. For example, on December 18, Chau District Police caught Lê Văn Hải red-handed illegally for transporting 4 cartons containing 96 explosive fireworks boxes weighing more than 115 kilograms. And on December 28th, Chau Police continued to arrest 3 subjects who were transporting of 95.6 kilograms of explosives. And in a short time, many cases of transporting explosives were arrested.
Tình hình nó diễn biến phức tạp.
Facing the complicated development, Chau District Police have stepped up propaganda and to let everyone know that exerted using, storing, buying, selling, and transporting firecrackers are illegal. Secondly, we continue to give about 36,000 households, especially for businesses and transport households, to make a commitment not to commit violations of firecrackers. In Tay Ninh border commune, the work of organizing propaganda, signing pledges for not to illegally buy, sell, transport, store, and use firecrackers and explosives was quickly deployed to the people, the business, household, transport enterprises in the commune. And after mobilized by the Tay Ninh Commune Police and signed pledge, the people, business, household, and transport facilities onshore the danger from firecrackers and explosive transportation. Most of them agree and strictly abide the provision of the law. Recently, the Tay Ninh Commune Police have so reminded my family not to sell firecrackers. My family is also adhere well not to trade in firecrackers. After being propagated by the police, my family is also obey not to sell firecrackers, not to store them in general, and not to buy or sell anything about explosives. My family agrees and accepts the provision of the law. And with the approaching Lunar New Year coming, taking advantage of the increased demand for firecrackers for some people, the subjects will increase smuggling, trading, and illegal transportation of firecrackers across the border. And therefore, the Chau District Police and the authorities and the related units continue to propagate and mobilize in combination with stronger and more drastic prevention measures to promptly detect and handle acts of trafficking, storing and transporting of contraband and counterfeit goods, especially the illegal firecrackers that penetrate deep into the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.